feeling this beat. Hey, I know you feeling the song. Just get ready, the grooving is on. Freestyle over this song. All them ladies love this song. Move your feet when the beat is
Yes,
on.
yes, yes. Check 1 and 2. Hello. Good morning, Tag Radio. Nice to be with you. My name is Mike Duray, and I'll be hosting today's show. Welcome to everyone on YouTube. Welcome to everyone on Facebook and everyone streaming live on the Tag Radio app. So welcome. Good morning. This is a lovely Saturday morning over here in the UK, Thurrock, and I just want to take this time to remind us all to follow our social media handles on Instagram, Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, and on YouTube as Tag Radio or Tag Radio 1. And please follow and stay up to date with all our up and coming events and notifications. This is the ATN show, Afro Thurrock. Now we are here to discuss everything Afro Caribbean, that's African Caribbean music, business, politics, everything that's happening right now, or recently. So let's kick off the show. First and foremost, let's talk about music. What's been happening in the music scene of recently? Well, have I got news for you? The first thing I want to highlight, or the first thing I want to talk about that's been happening is our African artists are doing big things across the world that we know of, but currently right now across the Atlantic Ocean, we've got a number of Afrobeat artists doing amazing things. The first person I want to highlight is, give me a second, guys. So the first person I want to highlight is Burna Boy. Burna Boy is currently doing either a concert or he's touring the Caribbean, but I know as of last night, he was in Guyana, headlining a show out there, not just himself, but with the Outsiders band as well. A great team of young Afro-Caribbean men, musicians, percussionists, singers. So I wanted to highlight that because a lot of times you see Burna Boy and you see just the name, but people don't realize that Burna Boy is a brand that's built up with such a huge team, just a performance team. It's filled with singers, like I said, instrumentalists, and not just your the regular keyboardist or guitarist or drummer that you're used to. We've got things like African talking drum, Latin percussive instruments, saxophones. Obviously, that's not a percussion, that's a horns. But the point is, when Burna Boy goes out there to do his thing, it's not just Burna Boy on his own. He's taken a whole team of people out there with him, and they're doing great things. So big shout out to Burna Boy's team and the Outsider band. Guys, keep doing great things, and we love to see it. Another person I want to highlight that's currently doing the Caribbean circuit is Joe Boy. Joe Boy is one of the young stars in Nigeria. He's brought us hits, bangers such as Beginning, also Baby and Sip, which is probably one of the songs that you guys know a lot of. But he's been doing his thing. Just recently headlined a show in Barbados, the Caribbean Music Festival in the island of Barbados. I had the pleasure of accompanying him and the team there. So I brought the sunshine back with me, which is why I'm here with my shades on and that. But big shout out to Joe Boy, doing great things. That brings me on to my next point, really, which is Afrobeats and the Caribbean community. It's interesting to see, because for me, a young man, I grew up in a predominantly Caribbean society here in London. And well, I say here, but it's relative to where you're listening from. But yeah, grew up in the Caribbean, largely Caribbean society. You know, it was mostly Jamaicans, Trinidadians. Those are the people. If you were to see black people, those are the nationalities that will most likely stand up. And in fact, it wasn't such a cool thing to be African, let alone Nigerian. So to travel across the Atlantic Ocean to go and experience a whole nation of Caribbean people embracing a young African artist. So it's not just like it was Burna Boy, you know, because a lot of us know Burna Boy. He's won at least one Grammy, and he's had a few hits back to back internationally. But Joe Boy hasn't yet won a Grammy, but he's still receiving mad love out there in the Caribbean, as well as other Afrobeat artists, I'm sure. But yeah, more specifically Joe Boy, because I was there, I witnessed it firsthand, you know, and it wasn't just you know one or two of his songs. They love him out there, you know, from the airport to the hotel to the festival. Everywhere we go, people were stopping him, you know, wanted to take pictures with him, you know, singing his songs back to him, you know. Even visited a couple radio stations where they had his music on play, you know, did some interviews and that. It was such a wonderful experience, you know, and I'm privileged to have been there to experience it. And I just want to say, I guess I want to say thank you. Might seem a bit obnoxious of me to say thank you, but I do want to say thank you because, you know, it was a full circle moment for me. Finally, you know, as an adult, seeing the Caribbeans embrace African music and parts of African culture. And obviously, and it works both ways. The Caribbean islands have been very influential in African culture as well. So seeing both things merge together and having such a great experience with the people there, yeah, man, I want to say thank you to everyone like that made it happen. And yeah, keep it up. Now on to something a bit more controversial. Our kingpin in the game, Wizkid, has been active on Twitter. Oh. So yeah, the question is, what's going on with Wizkid? What's going on with Wizzy Baba? Because from what I've seen, Wizkid isn't a happy bunny right now. He's been posting a lot of semi-controversial posts. The main one I want to highlight, which I'm sure most of us seen, is a fan added him on Twitter or X and was telling him basically, at least release a new song or something. And he responded to that by saying, "I'll only release a new song if you beg me like this," and use the video. A video dropped recently of Davido begging someone, allegedly. So yeah, and Wizkid's basically, it's a bit of a shot. I mean, if you take it that way, it's a bit of a shot. Wizkid is essentially saying, yo, before you're getting this new music out of me, you got to beg me like Davido begged someone else. But yeah, I think that's just Wizkid being Wizkid. You know, it's kind of the things he's accomplished. It's kind of, I feel kind of rude calling him a kid, you know. But it's his name. Wizkid's being Wizkid. But then, if that wasn't enough seasoning in your pot, Wizkid goes on further. I mean, another fan added him and said, look, yo, Ladipo, for those of you who do or don't know, Ladipo is a Nigerian rapper, great skills lyrically and a great voice, and has released some great music. He went on, the fan added Wizkid and was like, yo, Ladipo's going off on one. Wizkid, you're going to have to say something. And Wizkid being Wizkid in excellent Wizkid fashion, responded with one of the most interesting comebacks I've seen or heard in a while. He said that he would not respond to anyone that is signed to an influencer. My goodness. My goodness. An influence. Okay, first of all, the fact that he's not even going to acknowledge that what Ladipo posted on Twitter was kind of a shot in itself. But then to further instigate the issue, he said that he was signed to an influencer. Now, last time I checked, Ladipo was signed to, I believe, Maven, which is spearheaded executively by the big Don Dada, Don Jazzy. Now, I don't know about you, but to refer to the Don as an influencer, that's a big shot. That's a heavy statement, you know. I grew up on Don Jazzy. When I say I grew up on Don Jazzy, I'm not just talking about his music, but I'm talking about the strides, the things he accomplished, the things he did in terms of bringing certain people together, certain artists together to form a team. Some of you will be old enough to remember the Mo Hits era. Brought us wonders such as the Banj, Tiwa Savage, even, and also how could I forget? Dr. Sid. You know, there's been lots of people, OGs, to come out of the Mo Hits era, but I've named just a few of the standout stars. And yeah, for Wizkid to call him an influencer, I feel like that's kind of unfair, you know, because we all know social media is the current major marketing currency. That is how life is at the moment, whether you like it or not. If you're not active and you haven't got followers on social media, it's kind of, your business probably ain't gonna do too good. And the reason why I think it's unfair is because Don Jazzy is a producer first and foremost. His thing is making music, or making artists make music, make good music. And yeah, man, I think it's just a bit it's a bit much for Wizkid to go that deep in. I don't want to go too much into the he say, she say, but I believe since Don Jazzy hasn't replied, the only thing I've heard of is Don Jazzy maybe unfollowing Wizkid on Instagram. But I'm trying to not to read into it too much, because, you know, these industry things looks one way on this side of the internet, but behind closed doors, it's not that deep. I think this is telltale signs that Wizkid is getting ready to make a statement this summer. And you know what? The past 3 summers have been crazy. I think we need Wizkid to come in. Wizkid did drop a live session a little while ago. I think it's called the 9 to 5. Guys, check it out. I'm using this time to promote it. But yeah, man, I hope Wizkid comes back for the summer and gives us something great to, you know, latch onto and enjoy for the summer vibes, because it's in some countries it's summer all the time, but here in the UK it's only summer once a year. So yeah, that's just been a quick wrap up of what's been going on musically musically anyway, in the past week or so. So yeah, keep an eye out wherever you get your news from, your social media from, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Keep locked on with Tag Radio 1, and we'll keep you up to date, whether it's our Afrobeat artists doing big things across the world or a little bit of controversy on the social media platforms. We'll keep you up to date. So now we're going to take a quick break before we go into our next segment, and who better else to warm us up at this part of the show than our Big Don Daddy, Wizkid. Hey.
If you want make a ginger, give me kokoro. My coach, be your
love. Anywhere I go, just come up with me, my bum, my love. So they do like ball.
If you want make a ginger, give me the cocoa. My body beat your love. Come make a show you my banana. No, they do like bolo. Make a touch upon it. Make a rub, make a love, make a rub, make a touch upon it. Make a rub upon it. Till I go lotion, I'ma rub upon it. Like fine wine, say you sweet when you wine it. Me, I don't feel leave when you wine it. As long as we go there, I'm on a me go pay. Yeah, we go there nice. If we enter the place, I go there nice. I go fiki, I go rewind. Say now me go be the DJ, I'ma feel nice. So, say my party know they stop to the daylight. Before you run, go they shot you, make you think twice. If not smoke, you want smoke, say we day tight. I'm on my logo, say we live nice. Yeah.
If you want make a ginger, give me the cocoa. My culture, beat your love. Anywhere I go, just come up with me, my bum, my love. So they do like ball.
If you want make a ginger, give me the cocoa. My body beat your love. Come make a show you my banana. No, they do like bolo.
Oh, yeah, damn.
I been making money, living reckless. Ìwọ nìkan lolólùfẹ́ mi, ọmọ wa jálọ. If them try talk, then go sọnù. Then go down. We go day nice. If we enter the place, I go day nice. I go fiki, I go rewind. Say now me go be the DJ, I'ma feel nice. Yo. Say my party know they stop to the daylight. Before you run, go they shot you, make you think twice. If not smoke, you want smoke, say we day tight. I'm on my logo, say we live nice. Yeah.
If you want make a ginger, give me the cocoa. My culture, beat your love. Anywhere I go, just come up with me, my bum, my love. So they do like ball.
If you want make a ginger, give me the cocoa. My body beat your love. Come make a show you my banana. No, they do like bolo.
If you want make a ginger, give me the cocoa. My culture, be your banana. My body be your love. I mean, what I cannot do for your love. All up I go carry your love us. They carry juices, I don't want that. I know so responsible if you injure.
Yes. So that was WizKid featuring Burna Boy, Ginger. And yeah, once again, it is your host, Mike Dare. And here we are on the ATN show. This is the ATN show. That is Afro, Thurrock, Now. And yeah, we discuss and talk about all things to do with Afro-Caribbean culture, people, society that's happening right now in the local area of Thurrock or globally as well. So yeah, my name is Mike DeRay once again, and thank you for spending this time with me. So now we are going to move on to a bit of a more serious segment of the show. We're not talking politics per se, but we're just giving you an update of what's been happening. So yesterday was the 3rd of May. And we had a local general elections, and yeah, interestingly enough, for the borough of Thurrock, I believe there were a bunch of votes that happened, and if my information serves me correctly, Labour gained quite some ground here in this local election vote. One thing that I will mention is that in the different catchments of areas in Thurrock of voting, the turnout was about between 21 and 33% of people turning out to vote, which is just about a third of people went to vote. I don't do politics much, but from what I understand, that's quite a low turnout. And I wonder why. Guys, if you're listening to this and you have an opinion on it or you want to say something about it, please WhatsApp us or call into the show. You can see the phone number if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on the app, there is a button. There is a button for you to press that will basically take you through to the radio's WhatsApp group. Please WhatsApp in with your questions. I will get the notification immediately and read it out. And we can try and figure this out together. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, please comment. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, please comment, and we will see your comments straight away and address them in due course. But yeah, that was a very brief section just to update you, because I know some people work on Saturdays, even though it's a weekend for most people. A lot of people work on Saturdays and they may not have had the opportunity to update themselves with the up and coming results. So for Thurrock, Labour seems to be the party with the most seats, if my information serves me correctly. But please, I encourage you to check it out yourself. Google search Thurrock, or even better yet, go to thurrock.gov.uk to check out your local election results. Fantastic. Okay, now that that's done, let's move on to something a bit more interesting. So I guess I would sort of look at this as the business segment-y sort of ish. And on here, or on this section, we're basically highlighting the top 5 African countries for people to relocate to. Yeah? The top 5 African countries for people to relocate to. Why? Why am I talking about relocating to Africa? Well, just to give some background and information about this. So now we're living in a world where it is possible for anybody to work almost anywhere as long as there's internet. So with this brings up new opportunities for people in, for example, let's say certain countries in Africa with a particular skill set to work or apply for jobs that are being posted in America, Australia, the UK. So there are opportunities for Africans to live in Nigeria, for example, and earn dollars, US dollars. There's also the reverse possible. There's opportunities for people in Australia to earn, is it the Rand? I think it's the South African Rand. That's the currency they use there. So with the internet and with COVID that happened not too long ago, for some people it's a distant memory. For others, we're still recovering from it. But with COVID that happened not too long ago, what was interesting about it is a lot of people were forced to work from home or work remotely, work with the internet being the way to clock in and out of work. So that's opened up a very interesting dynamic. In fact, even looking at it now, any hospital appointments or GP appointments will most probably be rehearsed with a phone call, with a phone check-in or a phone appointment before you get a physical appointment. That's what's been happening in some of my local GPs. They'll phone you up and do over-the-phone consultation before you get a physical in-person location, I should say. So COVID, remote working has opened up a bunch of possibilities. And that got me thinking, especially with the current exchange rate, what would life be like if I was earning US dollars and spending Naira? If I was earning the Great British Pound and spending Naira. I think last time I checked, the conversion rate was like £1 is almost 500 Naira or something like that. Maybe even 1,000 Naira. So it would be crazy. As long as I had the internet, stable internet connection, it would be crazy. But those aren't the only factors that I'm taking into consideration with this segment of the show. Please, once again, this is Tag Radio, which stands for Thurrock African Group Community Voice Radio. Please follow us on all our social medias: Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Join the conversation, yeah? So this is for you guys, and we're bringing you topics and things to talk about to interest you guys, get you thinking of the possibilities out there. And also, we'd like to get feedback from you on how we can have a positive impact on our communities. So yeah, Tag Radio 1 on all social media platforms. Get involved. Also, you can call in or you can WhatsApp. If you're listening, please, in fact, let me take this opportunity to plug in our app. We actually have a dedicated app on both Apple Store, the App Store, and Google Play Store. So you don't have to listen through a web browser or through any other medium. You can have the app. So you know what, you open up your app, you don't have to pay, it's completely free. You don't have to pay a subscription like some other entertainment providers where you have to pay a subscription to be able to multitask. So you download the Tag Radio app now. You can leave it on play and do whatever else you need to do on your phone or your mobile device. Send emails. If you're an editor or if you're a graphic designer, you can do whatever you need to do while having the Tag Radio app on the background, and it does not cost you anything. Also on there, if you wanted to send us a comment or a message or catch up with any other previous shows, all of those functions are there available on the app. Or you can also follow us on YouTube, where all of our live streams are there, archived there, so you can always go back and catch up on there as well. Anyway, coming in at number 5, it is, drum roll, Ghana, formerly or also known as the Gold Coast. Ghana is in position number 5 of African countries to relocate to. So Ghana has been seeing in the most recent years a large increase in tourism, especially in the area of relocation. I think I've forgotten the name, but there was a festival that they did that basically helped give like a tour or some informational some background and information to Afro-Americans or African Americans, those that maybe they've done their Ancestry and Me and found out that they've got roots in Ghana, whatever. They organized the thing where they could come back and see some of the sites and see where certain things happened, and gave them historical context in that. So that was one of the things that's helped boost Ghana's travel and tourism. But also there's been a lot of celebrities either buying places there or visiting there, taking pictures there, just stuff to help shine a positive light on Ghana. And obviously Ghana's a very safe country as well, very, very safe country. It's got great food, lots of sunshine. It's a neighboring country it's one of the neighboring countries to Nigeria, so you can imagine what the weather's like out there. And here is probably one of the most important factors. A 1-bedroom apartment in the city will cost you on average £326 a month. Imagine that. You can get a 1-bedroom apartment in the city, in one of the developed Ghanaian cities, of an average of about £326 a month. So for some people, that's their car note, you know what I mean? So you pay that every month for the privilege of driving your car. So and that doesn't include fuel, insurance, road tax, etc., etc. So you can imagine what the possibilities are in a country like Ghana. And if you're familiar with the food, the culture, the language, that would just make that experience all the more beautiful for yourself. Also, guys, comment below what country you think will be number 1 on this list. We're currently on Number 5, let me know which country you think is number 1. Yeah, type it in the comments, send it in the WhatsApps at us on our social medias. Okay, coming in at number 4 is, that's my drum roll, Kenya. Kenya is at number 4 and is also one of the most affordable, has one of the most affordable cost of living prices in Africa, and it is highly recommended for expats, especially British expats. And I think they also have a program where they help expats, I believe English speaking expats, to relocate to Kenya, or to a city in Kenya. Kenya is at number 4. The people there are very friendly. I haven't been myself, but I've met a few Kenyan people here in the UK, and also I've heard some feedback about their culture as well. They're very friendly people, very friendly, very cultured as well. And I hear the nightlife and entertainment in Kenya is also very great. And approximately now, I think the number is at 30,000. They have approximately 30,000 expats living in Kenya across the various cities and townships. For a one bedroom apartment in a city in Kenya, it averages at about 325. So it comes in even lower than Ghana. It has a lot of benefits. There are a lot of benefits of living in a country like Kenya. If you are privy to some of the real estate in Kenya, you will know that the real estate in Kenya is booming, and it's still growing. So that is also great news. Kenya is in at number 4. Okay, in at number 3 is Botswana. Yes, you heard me right, Botswana. This was a bit of a curveball for me doing this research, because I never really thought of Botswana, but Botswana is a very special one because it has a very unique style in terms of the country. So now the country Botswana has the majority of the Kalahari Desert located in it. About 40% of the country's land is nature. So if you're the sort of person that loves to see, forests, greenery, or landscapes that could be hiked, if you're a bit of a hiker, you like walking, experiencing the outdoors and nature, Botswana is a very good look for you. It's also it's considered to be one of the safest countries in Africa. So, security isn't an issue out there in most cases. And the national language of Botswana is English. So for anyone coming from a Western country that has even the slightest bit of English, grasp of the English language, you will find it very comfortable, and relocating there will be very, be very smooth. I think the communicating and the language barrier won't be much of an issue there. So, but mostly it's catered to people that really love the outdoors, naturey sort of vibe. If you're not so much a city boy or city girl and you like the countryside, Botswana is a big one to consider. And if all these things that I've listed so far hasn't been a deal breaker or sweet enough for you, check this out. A 1-bedroom apartment in the city comes in at £170 per month on average. Wow, to be so close to such beautiful nature, and for it to cost so little in context, it's an amazing thing. Also, I believe they've got a good healthcare out there as well. But So that's those are three of our top five. Coming in at fifth place is Ghana. Fourth place rather is Kenya, and third place is Botswana. Yeah, so we're gonna take a break before we finish off with our last two, and with this, we're gonna have music from a very cool guy. You know him by the name of Joe Boy.
I'm all alive. If the point got to my head, say make I deny you. I go tell them, say lie. Don't be like that. I fit spend all of my money on you. Spend a couple million on you. Give you love until you say don't do. Yeah. Special type of feeling that I feel when I'm with you. Oh, the mommy, anytime where I deal with you. I want your heart and soul and your own body too. I can't let you go. I'm beginning to fall in love. I'm beginning to fall in love. I'm beginning to fall in love. This love no be ordinary thing. It's supposed to be one night fling. But now I don't they catch feelings. I dey vex when I see you with another person. No, I don't dey concentrate no more. Make you felicitate your love. Hold me tight and rub on my elbow, yo. Make I feel alright. Special type of feeling that I feel when I'm with you. Oh, the mommy, anytime where I deal with you. I want your heart and soul and your own body too. I can't let you go. I'm beginning to fall in love. I'm beginning to fall in love. I'm beginning to fall in love.
Yes. That was Joe Boy, Beginning. Yeah. Once again, guys, this is your host with the most, Mike Dare, and this is the ATN show. That is Afro Thurrock. Now, where we discuss everything Afro Caribbean, and yeah, we just talk everything music, business, and the sort. So yeah, just to update you on where we're at on the show. So this segment, we're talking about the top 5 countries to relocate to in Africa. Okay, so coming in at number 5 was Ghana, with a 1-bedroom city apartment coming in at £326 a month. This is a month, guys. Just so we know, we're not talking a week, we're not talking a night. We're talking a month. So a 1-bedroom city apartment, £326 a month. Now coming in at 4th place is Kenya, or was Kenya. We have affordable cost of living, obviously a great system of relocating expats. That's people from English-speaking countries, I assume. And a 1-bedroom city apartment in Kenya will set you back £325 per month, coming in just a little bit below Ghana. Coming in at 3rd place was the country of Botswana. Botswana highlighted some of the perks of it, obviously having majority of the Kalahari Desert in it, and 40% of its land being nature and agro, I think is the term. Also, one of the safest countries in Africa. And the national language there, obviously being English, makes it a very easy transition for most people. A 1-bedroom city apartment in Botswana will set you back £170 per month. That is amazing. Even that alone, it's great enough for it to be number one, but unfortunately it isn't. We still have 2 more. And before we get into our last 2, I just want to caveat everything I'm saying with this. Obviously, if you are I think the term is a digital nomad. This term refers to people that work majoritarily remotely. So if you have a remote job where you can work from the internet, essentially anywhere you have an internet connection, you can clock in and run your business or work your job. That's who this list is mostly specifically catered to. You know, if you work a job where you have to go in person every time you want to get paid, these countries may not necessarily work for you. So I'm just caveating everything I'm saying now that with the digital nomad, and this is in the context of the fact that, you know, we had the pandemic a few years ago where majority of us in this nation of UK were forced to work remotely or not work at all. Also, before we get into our last 2, I want to also say this, that, you know what, guys, especially us here in Thurrock, this is something we want to consider now. Yeah, consider it now. Forgive me, the tone of the show has gotten quite serious quite quickly, but with valid reason. Consider it now. With the invention and introduction of AI and advanced robotics and mechanics, a lot of the jobs that people are doing now in the next 10, 20 years will be automated. Don't wait before it's too late. Don't wait for another pandemic. Look for a remote hustle, a remote job now if you can. If you can't, I advise you upscale in your skill set. Everybody's going through it, you know. If you need help, please reach out to us here. Tag Radio, and also tag the community. That there's also a community of people you can reach out to that can offer you help and advice regarding this. If you are legitimately interested in upskilling to a skill set where you can work remotely, please reach out to us if you need help with that sort of thing. There are lots of people here looking forward to helping you and giving you direction on which way to go. But please, guys, don't wait until it's too late. Now is a good time to start looking at remote working. Also with things like the cloud, more and more, less and less people have to physically be in a building to work and to make money. If you can be anywhere there is internet and make money, take that as an opportunity. And if you can't, for whatever reason, speak to young people close to you, whether it be your children, your nieces, your nephews, and plant this seed in their mind that, yo, you can actually have a job. You don't have to be, if you want to, you don't have to be a YouTuber. You don't have to be a social media influencer. You can still work via the internet. Viable jobs from investment banking to graphic designing to even being a PA or a customer service assistant. These are jobs that we do now in person. There are avenues to do these jobs remotely via the internet. So plant the seeds in them now so that by the time they grow older and the economy and the climate, the working environment starts to change, they're already in the mindset to transition over. Sorry, that's my little spiel and rant done. Back to our list. So coming in at second place, a country some people I'm sure may not have heard of, or if you have heard of it, you probably wouldn't have known it's in Africa, is the country of Mauritius. Wow. Mauritius is an English French speaking country. I've forgotten what part of the coast it is, but hold on a minute. Guess what I have? Google. This is very unprofessional of me, guys. but forgive me. I want to give you guys accurate information. So yes, it is a country on the eastern part of Africa. I'm bringing up the map right now as I'm speaking to you. I want to. Aha, yeah, I was right. So it is an island. I was right in my mind because I probably didn't say it out. So it's an island on the southeast coast of Africa, just a bit further out than Madagascar. So yeah, if you didn't know, there is a country in Africa called Mauritius. I'm fortunate enough to know a few Mauritian families, and yeah, the culture is great. The food is great also. But here are the reasons why it is number 2 in the list of countries to relocate to. Mauritius is an extremely beautiful country. As you can imagine, it's an island country, and island countries have a special vibe. A very nice vibe, but more specifically to the culture of Mauritius, of the Mauritian culture, to the Mauritian culture specifically, they have a very big emphasis on maintaining nature and being a nature-friendly culture. So, it's a very clean place. They are very big on not polluting, things of that nature. And then also there are some healthcare and educational benefits of living in Mauritius. And also they have a very high standard of living. A very, very high standard of living. It's a beautiful country, beautiful people, beautiful culture, beautiful all round. And a 1-bedroom apartment in the city is going to cost you approximately £340 per month. This is our highest one so far, our highest average so far for a 1-bedroom apartment. But rightfully so, if you care to, look on YouTube rather, and just look up some videos of the country of Mauritius. I'll spell that for you. That is Mauritius. Mauritius, Mauritius. Just check it out. Once you see it, I think you would understand why £340 per month is not so bad. Yes, and now for our number 1 country to relocate to in Africa is Namibia. Namibia has a very special place in my heart. I haven't been there, but I've been fortunate enough to be exposed to some of its history, and I'll get into that a bit later. But just hitting you with some of the facts that make this country one of the, if not, well, at least on this list, the best country to relocate to. Namibia has one of the lowest population densities in Africa, nay, the world. The crime rates are extreme. The crime rates are extremely low. It has fantastic healthcare, and there's a very family-friendly culture, with great entertainment and nightlife. Some of these other cities, as you can imagine, with our bustling city, is more themed or more geared towards the adult-friendly lifestyle. So Namibia is one of the ones that really highlight the family culture, the family vibe, and yeah, that's what makes it a very great country to move into or to relocate to. I believe the national language there is English as well. I need to fact check that and get back to you. But the main thing we're here to talk about is, or the main part of the criteria is, a 1-bedroom apartment in the city of Namibia costs £270 per month. That is absolutely amazing. And now I want to take this moment to get into a bit of the history of Namibia. So one of the reasons why Namibia is a special place in my heart is because a lot of people don't know this, but there was a German settlement in Namibia. And in that time the Germans were there, they did some horrific things to the natives. more specifically a particular tribe called the Herrera people. They were almost wiped out off the face of the earth, and there's a place called Shark Island, which is off the coast of Namibia, where they would take indigenous people there and do some horrific experimentations and send stuff back to Germany. I don't want to get too much into this because I don't want this to be a downer. We're here to uplift, but there's a special history that needs to be known about Namibia, and they also have I'm not too sure how the process is going now, but they're currently fighting for reparations. So some of the first, a lot of times we think about concentration camps and we think about Europe, but even before what was happening in Europe was happening, the Germans at that time had concentration camps in Namibia and were doing some horrific things to the people there. Yet a lot of them still survived and still fought, and I think they're currently still fighting for the acknowledgement from the German government and reparations for what happened. But yeah, that fight still continues. So shout out to all my Namibian people, and shout out to the country Namibia. You are number one on this list as the most or the best country to relocate to as of May 2024 here on Tag Radio. And that brings us to the end of today's show. Wow. Thank you so much, everybody, for rocking with us. Thank you for staying. I have been your host, Mike DeRay, and this is the ATN show, Africa Thurrock Now. Please follow us once again at Tag Radio 1 on all social media platforms. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Guys, phone in, WhatsApp, and I want to thank you for all those logged in on YouTube. I see you. Thank you. And before I sign out, lastly, I want to give a big shout out to one of our executive producers. That's Councillor Bookie. It is her birthday today. So yeah, guys, clap it up wherever you are. A big shout out to our councillor, and I just want to say a big thank you for supporting, for being such a big support and influence in Tag Radio and in Tag the community. And I just want to wish you a very happy birthday. And guys, this has been your host of the most, Mike DeRay, here on Tag Radio. I'll be signing out. And yeah, man, I hope you've had a great time. Please, I'm still going to be online, even though I'm not here on the show or you can't see me on the live stream. I'll still be in the studio. Send your messages, send your ads, share the video, guys. So this is on YouTube. Anyone that's watching, this is on YouTube. You need to go over to YouTube, find this live, and share the link. Share the link with your friends. Tell them that, there's a guy on there with dreadlocks and sunglasses on in the middle of the day inside, and he's talking about some of the best countries to live in Africa for under £1,000 a month. People, we need to share this information so our people know. Okay, so yeah, this has been Mike DeRay signing out. Peace. Have a great one, guys.
Sing along. Me, I go to give them the vibe to the kingdom come. The place where I come from be another dimension. Nobody will look my face when I dey on my own. I've been on the road for a long time, trying to get a bread so my family go survive. Some of my brothers live with this tough time. They wanna be free, they wanna see the sunlight.
Man, it's getting ugly, still I look for the beauty. Girls selling the coochie for the Gucci. All I see is good girls trying to show love. Same time, all these groupies acting bougie. I came in the game like, yo, excuse me. Shout out my OGs and shout out my juvies. Get robbed for your carty with a little Uzi. Brothers shooting clips like an action movie. And I know it seems stupid, but brothers ain't seen no love, they need Cupid. Even though we're winning, we're still sinning. And this ain't gonna change overnight, it's deep rooted. Flashbacks of dead bodies and gunshots. Last time I see my brother's face was a mugshot. PTSD will leave permanent scars. Can't lie, man, I ain't the same brother that I once was.
When the beat drops, all the girls wanna sing along. Me, I go to give them the vibe till the kingdom come. The place where I come from be another dimension. Nobody will look my face when I dey on my own. I've been on the road for a long time, tryna get a bread so my family go survive. Some of my brothers they with this tough time. They wanna be free, they wanna see the sunlight.
I was taught to listen to my elders. I can hear the youth cry, I'm feeling so helpless. Open up my third eye, I'm feeling so selfless. It's the same old story, different occasion. Nigerian, Ghanaian, Jamaican, Ugandan, Congolese and a Bayesian. You could be a star or you could end up a patient. Got a mind that you step, blood on the pavement.
Bad man, don't threaten me. You know fi kill who don't die before. Father, forgive me my sins. I reminisce of the days of done. Please put me under your wings. I see the pray me my man them live long. Cause many want quench the fire. Jalo gon' take us higher. When the beat drops, all the girls wanna sing along. Me, I go to give them the vibe till the kingdom come. The place where I come from be another dimension. Nobody will look my face when I dey on my own. I've been on the road for a long time, tryna get a bread so my family go survive. Some of my brothers they with this tough time. They wanna be free, they wanna see the sunlight. I've been on the road for a long time, tryna get a bread so my family go survive. Some of my brothers they with this tough time. They wanna be free, they wanna see the sunlight. Anytime I enter call 911, me I get the flow where they cause fire. Why they hate on me cause I'm rich and young. Watch me and say while I watch you burn. No man can take my place. Forever and ever my music shining. That's what I got to say to you. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I want you to roll it on, cause I like the way you they turn me on. Hey, 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 hey. It come be, it come be, it come be, it come be. Why your shoulder shake your body? It come be, it come be, it come be. I want to show you something. Now this one no belong thing. I'll show you how to dance and just shake your waist and shoulders. Shake your waist and shoulders. Go down low, come on, 1, 2, 3. Mama them a dance a combi. Papa them a dance a combi. For the club they dance a combi. For the street they dance a combi. Adimi di de go so ji go check on up emoji a fellow joy combi on. Joy combi on. Inegune, 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 inegune. It combi, it combi, it combi, it combi. Why your shoulder shake your body? It combi, it combi, it combi. Give me some more. Get down on the floor. Now today you go no. Come and roll, girl. I want you to roll it on, cause I like the way you they turn me on. Hey, I want you to roll it on, cause I like the way you they turn me on. Hey, 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 hey.
Online 24/7. Tag Community Voice Radio. The radio station for Thurrock's BAME community. Subscribe, listen live, and download our app from the Apple and Google App Stores.
The best music.
The best music. The best music. The best music.
You're in the mix.
Come on! Let me see you go. Let me see you go.
Go back.
Life back to reality.
Party people! Yeah! Tag team music in full effect. That's me, DC, the Brain Supreme, and my man Steve Ronan. We're kicking the flow. And it goes a little something like this. Tag team back again. Check it to wreck it. Let's begin. Party on, party people. Let me hear some noise. DC's in the house. Jump, rejoices. There's a party over here, a party over there. Wave your hands in the air. Shake the dairy, yeah. These three words mean you're getting busy. Whoop, there it is. Hitman. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Whoop.
Upside down and inside out, I'm about to show all you folks what it's all about. Now it's time for me to get on the mic and make this tag team party hype. I'm taking it back to the old school, cause I'm an old fool who's so cool. If you wanna get down, I'm gonna show you the way. Whoop, there it is, let me hear you say, whoop, there it is. Come on, y'all. Whoop, there it is. A little louder. Whoop, there it is. Come on, y'all. Whoop, there it is. Louder. Whoop, there it is. Come on, y'all. Whoop, there it is. A little louder. Whoop, there it is. Come on, y'all. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, shaka laka, shaka laka, shaka laka, shaka. Whoop, shaka laka, shaka laka, shaka laka, shaka. Whoop, shaka laka, shaka laka, shaka.